National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Nigeria has dismantled a drug cartel and seized a large quantity of cocaine and other illicit drugs in the nationwide operation. The agency intercepted 12.814 kilograms of cocaine hidden in heavy-duty automobile parts and Ghanaian Kente fabric at the Cartel firm in Lagos. Additional shipments containing cocaine, syndicate, cannabis, and other drugs destined for the US, UK, and Canada were also seized. Several arrests were made, including members of the cocaine trafficking network in Lagos, Anambra, and Edo State. The NDLEA also conducted a successful operation in Adamawa, Kano, and Kogi State, seizing large amounts of cannabis. NDLEA Chairman Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa praised the effort of the officers involved and urged continuous vigilance in the fight against drugs trafficking. Well, we want to give kudos to the security, NDLEA in particular, for their work well done in different states. Of course, they have been able to get some of the arrests, let me use that word, some of the syndicates of this criminal act. But let me confirm. I remember that there was a time that House of Reps said that if they want to fight drugs, they have to really go from the roots. They have to go to the bank. Is it that they have not been able to identify where the bank is? Is it that they do not know where the manufacturers are? Why are they fighting the branches when the tree is still standing? What do you think about their efforts?
Last time I appeared here, no issue of drug law enforcement agency also arise, and I give them kudos and also ask that they should do more. They should go to the roots of it. It will be very easy. On issue of drugs in Nigeria, for me, I would think that they need to do more. They need to do more. I have to appreciate them. So I don't want to be anti to their success. Otherwise, I would have said few things. But for the success they have made so far, they should put in more effort. It is very easy to curtail the drugs used in Nigeria to the barest minimum than facing criminality. Very, very easy. All
right. And then we also saw in a story that a majority of the elites in Nigeria are involved either in drug trafficking or drug abuse. So in that case, do you think it's going to be very easy, despite their efforts, that's the NDLEA, to be able to curtail these issues in Nigeria? Looking at the calibers that are involved.
Remember, globally, no developed country, they don't face challenges of drugs.
Okay.
Even in America, in China, Russia, every developed country, they are facing challenges of drugs. And it has to do with cartel. And that is why I said they should do more. It's easy to curtail the issue of drugs, cocaine, and the rest in Nigeria than the issue of criminalities.
How do you mean? Because they have been in this for years, but the more they fight it, the more other doors are open. And you are saying it's easy. How?
But it's not like that. It is peculiar to some states. I hope you know that you will agree with me that it's peculiar to some states. There are some states who are very aggressive. Like in the northern part of the country, the uses of drugs and the race is minimal compared to the south. You will agree that with me, including the use of alcohol. It is part of their doctrine, it is part of their tradition, it is part of their life. A lot of people in the northern part of the country don't believe in taking alcohol. Okay. So it's easy for them to know. In short, when they travel to some part of the country, some part of the northern part of Nigeria, you'll agree with me that in a state, 1-2 place has been designed to be where you can go to take alcohol. Otherwise, you drive around the state, you won't see where you get any alcohol for consumption. So that is what I'm saying. if we want to tackle the issue of drug in Nigeria, the drug law enforcement agency know what to do. How many persons are running intelligent on these people? They know when it comes in. Some of these things are planted in Nigeria, the trees. Some of them are being imported to Nigeria. Is that not correct? Just like the way I'm talking about issue of border. We have only 3 ways. Either through plane, you can exit or come into Nigeria, right? Through border. You can also the same thing, border through land and border through water. That is just the only 3 means of leaving the country and to also come into a country. Therefore, if Nigeria believe that they have curtailed those who are planting it, all focus should not be on those who are importing them, either through flights, which is aeroplane, or through those who are moving through water. And it's very easy for us. How many times have you seen a car being come to Nigeria without those people who are walking in the border not knowing when the car is coming? It's either a car came into Nigeria through ship, through border, or those who have money. How many persons have money to move it as a cargo through plane to come into the country?
Okay, each time I ask you a question about this drug trafficking, you always said if they want to fight it, they can fight it. Are you saying with all the efforts that NDLEA have put in check that they do not want to fight drugs? Is it just to make headlines or something?
They are fighting, but they should do more. I just mentioned here to you that in security, there is a saying that any insecurity problem that lasted more than 72 hours, those in authority should be asked a question. There are so many cases here in Rivers State. Remember a case of Don Juan in Rivers State. After killing a lot of people in Rivers State and turned himself to become a den god. But when the Nigeria states, when Rivers State in question were after him, it didn't take them more than 72 hours to get him down. What about the 2 Baba recently who killed a very active and a prominent police officer, whom even the civilians cry for that barbaric murder by that what do they call him, Two-Face or 2 Baba? How many days does it take the Nigerian military to get him, whether alive or dead? That is the point I'm making. Okay. What about the criminals? You can mention so many criminals in Nigeria. Is it an any? Who do you want to mention when Nigeria finally say it is you that we need in the next 72 hours? There is no amount of charm you want to do that will override the activities of a country force. When I mean force, all inclusive, the military, the police, the navy, and the rest. How? If you go to do juju in Andoni, for instance, you also have people from Andoni who are military men that know the native doctor. If you want to go to Ikwere to go and do juju, you still have people from that community who are military men and they know the native doctor. So nobody can fight government.
Okay.
That is why government will always say that the concept of government is to render services to the society, not to make profits.
Oh.
So sometimes governments apply liberal approach to all issues, because if they start using aggressive approach, cutting some of these people, kill them and all that, our country will become a lawless country, and the international communities will start reacting. Remember, some of all these people too who are also into drug dealing, some of them don't know, some of them their family life is at stake, some of them they are doing it to deliver a message to enable them free their family from either kidnapping and all that. Some of them, they don't have money. Some of them don't even know when they will inject them and infuse some of this drug into their system, believing that when they arrive here, they have somebody that will pick them and also extract it from their system and all that. These are the measures in which when government apply, it looks as if the process of trying to cut on the criminalities or drug dealers take a very longer time so that it don't misfire.
All right, thank you so much. And let's look at a story on religion.